Welcome to the Appalachian Roundup's research note, where I talk very briefly about a piece of peer-reviewed and publicly available research. Today I'm going to talk about an article entitled Associations Between Surface Mining Airsheds and Birth Outcomes in Central Appalachia at Multiple Spatial Scale. A group of different authors put it together in 2022 in the journal GeoHealth. So what's the problem they're looking at? They want to understand the impact of surface mining on birth outcomes. In particular, they focus on coal mining airsheds. Similar to a watershed, this is the air that's in and around a mine, a surface mine. So people living in the valleys below a surface mine, for example, would be in the airshed. They want to understand how people who live near those mines, those surface mines, are exposed to air contaminants. How those air contaminants impact birth outcomes. So the question they try to ask basically is, how does air contaminated by surface coal mines impact birth outcomes? Which is something worth knowing. So where are they looking at the impact of surface mining? They focus primarily on Central Appalachia, which includes portions of Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. They note briefly that the area has a history of poverty and worse health outcomes compared to the U.S. general population. And they point out that the poverty and sickness on a regional scale isn't explained by behavioral factors, and so they have to look elsewhere, and they're looking at the environment and the way that the environment is impacted by surface coal mining. So they propose that part of the reason you see sicker families and sicker populations in Appalachia is, at least in part, because of surface coal mines and the airsheds. How do they examine airsheds in Appalachia? They use computers to crunch a lot of data, first of all. They're looking for associations between contaminants and sick babies. So how do they access that information? This includes very local level collection at the county level. So hospital birth weight and gestation records from the county health departments, census tracts, county boundaries, and race and ethnicity data, and data on whether the mother smokes cigarettes or not. All that data is collected, it's put into these computers, and they run regression analysis, which is just a particular form of statistical analysis. So what do they find out? Not surprisingly, if you live in the airshed of a surface coal mine, then you're more likely to birth a baby that is preterm or birth a baby that is underweight.